Yes,
Good
Kunal.
afternoon, students. We will soon start the session. We are waiting for the attendees to join. And we have Nagraj sir with us for the today's second session of SAP. Thank you. You sir, you can start your class, sir, once the attendees has come.
Thanks, Kunal. Thank you.
Most welcome, sir.
So students will just wait for maybe say 2-3 minutes before the attendees start because I see very few attendees joining in. So we'll give others to some time to log in. Okay, we'll start in another 2-3 minutes. But in the meantime, I'm very much available. If you have any questions and questions to be answered, please put it up in your Q&A and we will take up at the appropriate time. Okay. See the attendance increasing. Let's just wait for a couple of more minutes. All right, we will start off. Let the others slowly join in. So how do you feel the session was in the morning? You felt something new to understand, something complex? Kunal, I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir. Your voice is totally clear, sir.
Fantastic. Okay, right. So I hope there is something new for you to learn each and every session. Yes, that is absolutely. Yeah. So I hope you are really enjoying the sessions and your learning is also improving, right? So session by session, we will be trying to understand more and more of SAP. Clear? Uh, See, now even the theory is getting interesting. You agree with me? Even the theory is getting a lot more interesting. And believe me, when we get into the other aspects of SAP, you will see the subject getting absolutely thrilling. All right. The sheer how very beautifully the product is built and what it cannot achieve, what it cannot do. That is actually what SAP cannot do. That is the toughest question what any person can answer. Why? Because SAP has a solution for every business problem, every business issue. SAP does have a solution. But where is this available? How is this available? It is available with the consultant and how he should be equipped with lots and lots of knowledge, lots and lots of hands-on on the SAP system, facing the issues day in and day out. As I said, each project is a challenge and each day in a project also is absolutely very exciting. Lots and lots of things to learn. Clear? Let me just take up a few more comments. Good to know that you people are enjoying the sessions. Nice to know. Right. So going ahead with the sessions. In the morning, we try to understand what is a document, what is a document type, what is a concept of posting keys, why are they used in SAP. Clear? We stop there. OK, if somebody wants to have anyway, we definitely are going to see this at some point in time or the other. So there is again some time which is going to be spent on understanding these concepts. So you don't have to worry, right? You don't have to worry that, OK, I didn't understand what to do. Absolutely no problems. OK, so at least now you would have got a fair idea as to what is it that SAP has. And moreover, as far as our subject is concerned, what is a document? What is a document type? What do you mean by a document? What are posting keys? So this is all what we touched as regards in the morning session. Okay. So now let's get back to the content. This is where we stopped. Right. So you need only two posting keys. Correct. So how is a transaction complete whenever you're talking about a transaction being entered, even in your forget SAP, you need to have one debit and a credit to complete a transaction in SAP, at least one debit and at least one credit, right? So you are already aware of this 40 and 50. As far as a simple journal voucher is concerned, you debit a general ledger account using the posting key 40 and you credit the general ledger account using the posting key 50. Now you see so many numbers 80, 90, 81, 91. One question, do you have to remember all this? Absolutely no. See, you do not have to remember the document types. SAP is automatically picking up based on the type of transaction what you want to enter into the SAP system. Same thing happens with that with the posting key also. You do not have to put in lots of efforts to remember the posting keys. SAP picks up automatically, and in case you have to remember certain posting keys, it could be hardly one or two, not more than that. Out of the big set of the posting keys, all you may have to remember is maybe say not more than 5 posting keys, not more than 5. See, as far as the finance is concerned, 40, 50. Okay. Assets 70, 75. Clear. So these are the things what you need to, of course, I would not say remember. SAP would pick up on its own. Okay, you don't have to worry. So you don't have to think that, oh, I have to remember so many numbers. Absolutely no, nothing. Financial statement version. What is this financial statement version? As we already said, basically your finance is to generate the reports for external reporting. So how does the consultant develop the reports? Of course, you have standardized reports as far as your trial balance is concerned. But if at all you have to create a balance sheet based on the requirement of your implementing partner, maybe he is carrying out a unique business, so he wants to have his own structured balance sheet. So whom does he look at? He looks at the finance consultant. So how does the finance consultant create the balance sheet? It is through a concept called as your financial statements. So what is this? Do not worry. So what is a financial statement? Designing of the basic financial reports is your financial statements. And how you design is called as your financial statement version. I'm just moving along with the slides. Okay. And just tell me if you're losing track of the topics which I have done. There are much more basic things which I need to cover, but I'm just waiting for the particular slides. Okay. So you see a very interesting line out here. Reconciliation accounts are general ledger accounts. So we already know this. I have also said in my Excel sheet. The reconciliation account is nothing but is also a general ledger account. Nothing different. But for which the transactions are automatically done. You do not have to enter that particular reconciliation account, general ledger account to debit or credit. It picks up, the system picks up on its own. Probably this concept you might not have understood, but I'll give you one example. Suppose I deal with 100 vendors. So what is reconciliation account? As far as AP is concerned, accounts payables is concerned, as a top level management person, I want to have my liabilities because I want to arrange for the funds to pay the vendors. So how do I get hold of the sundry creditors figure? It is through a reconciliation account. Correct? So now the reconciliation account is happening all the accumulation of the vendor balances. Suppose I have vendor number 1, vendor number 2, vendor number 3, vendor number 1000. Right? How do I get the summarization of all the cumulative balance of all the vendors? It is through the reconciliation account. I did not have to put in much efforts, rather the end user or the person who's extracting the report at the top level management position, he did not have to put in much efforts to get hold of this balances. Why? Because the consultant has automated the SAP system so very well that everything is happening in the background. Clear? That's what it says, automatically. You will not even be aware as to what is happening. But if you want to pick up the balances, it is automatically available to you. Clear? For each subledger, what is a subledger? Your individual customers or your individual vendors or your individual assets. Clear? Just skip this line for this current moment. But I'll tell you what this word means, account determination. Your account determination is nothing but the term used to communicate with the other modules. Especially when you're talking about the finance module, you are talking to the purchase module through some account determination. You're talking to the sales department through an account determination. You're getting the results of all this through the account determination. So what is this? This is just a concept. So if somebody asks you, how does the finance module talk to the other module? Simple 2 words, account determination. What is the process? What exactly is this account determination? So if at all I belong to the finance department, I want to talk to the payables department or to the receivable department. Clear? How do I talk? I talk through the general ledger accounts, which is being designed for each area. For vendors, you have a separate set of general ledger accounts. For customers, you have a separate set of general ledger accounts. It is through this process where I create or put this general ledger accounts at the appropriate places so that the results are being automatically picked up. Again, and emphasizing on the word automatically. Now, do you appreciate the SAP system? It is all the job done by the consultant. I will take a brief pause here. I'll come back to my Excel sheet. I just forgot to mention a very important point. You saw this, right? ADKMS, or at least ADK you saw. Can you see the same arrangement out when the document types are concerned? A stands for your assets, D stands for customers, K stands for your vendors, S stands for your general ledger, ADKMS. Is the rule satisfied here? See, there is a standardization as far as SAP following its own settings. You will not have a customer related document starting with something else apart from D. Yeah. So I just forgot to mention this interesting point. But now do you appreciate general ledger, assets, customers, vendors? All right. Now, if you want me to add some more, I'll just add. So whenever you want to have a credit memo transaction with the customer, it is the relevant document types starting with D. So why I basically came down to this point is, so you should know how the product is designed. And this is the standardization of the SAP product. Everywhere this is being followed. Everywhere. Yeah. Now you are able to connect the points, right? So let me just make a point out here. So account determination is the means by which the finance module talks to the other modules, communicates with the other modules, integrates with the other modules. It is a very broad definition. Yeah, just know this point. That's right. At the appropriate moment, I will also take you to have a deeper understanding as to what is account determination when we talk about the integration, right? So just have a reading on this. OK, I will skip the slides. Something interesting. Yeah. Now we have come to a point where we need to discuss something very, very basic to the finance module. Of course, all these are the basics of the finance module, whatever we have spoken. Now we have the company code. We have the chart of accounts. We have the chart of accounts being broken up or classified into various account groups. Now, the first and the most basic point. You have a company code, you have the set of general ledger accounts. How are you informing SAP that your
Right now, are you explaining using the Excel sheet or direct document?
document,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Student have
right?
a query, so that's why I asked you.
Okay, okay, yeah. It's a document which I'm showing you. How does the system know that your business entity or your company code is following which financial year? If I'm in India, if my business is in India, it is obviously following the April 1st to March 31st financial year. And if I've established or if I've opened my business in the other countries, it is the January to December. Through what concept am I linking the company code to this financial year? It is through a entity called as your fiscal year variant. Can you see on the top where I'm moving the cursor? Fiscal year variant. I'll just make a point out here. Now I am showing the Excel sheet. Kunal. After this, actually it should have been before. Normally I would do this after the chart of accounts itself, but since I have gone in the flow of account groups, I will put this as the seventh point. Actually, the document and all comes later after this fiscal year and all. Okay. Now, anyway, again, you will have to define the fiscal year variant. You will have to populate the fiscal year variant with the information. What is the information here? Your months. January, February, March, April, May, June. So this is the information which you need to populate within this particular variant. And finally, you will tell the SAP system that my company code is going to use this particular fiscal year variant. So what basically does a fiscal year variant do? Defines the defines the financial year of the business. Now, SAP has calendar year, fiscal year variant, non-calendar. So simple English, January to December. The non-calendar year variation could be our business, Indian business, April to March. Did you understand? So basically you have two variants of the fiscal year. One is a calendar year variant. The other one is a non-calendar year variant. Now, okay. I just seem to have missed one point while I was talking to you about the chart of accounts. I'm so sorry about that. Let me add that point. Sorry, dear students. Sorry, I'm just going back to the previous topic because I wanted to tell you one point. Now, as far as the company code is concerned, I said SAP has an inbuilt standard company codes identified by 0001 and 1000. you're aware of this. Okay. You may not have seen this in the SAP system, but you are at least aware of it theoretically. Do I have a standard as far as the chart of accounts is also concerned? Yes, you have a inbuilt chart of accounts called as the INT, identified by INT. It's coded as INT, which stands for International Chart of Accounts. This is readily available to you. Clear? These entities, your 0001, your INT, they are readily available to you in any of the standard SAP systems. I just wanted to add this part. Clear? Similarly, when you talk about the standards, see, for every definition, you have a standard being available for you in the SAP system. Now, the calendar year, financial year variant, fiscal year variant is identified through a code. Normally it is K4, which indicates January to December. April to March financial year is identified or is recognized by the variant V3. So what are these K4 and V3? Why K4 and V3? SAP standards. We do not have any other answer but this. Standards, SAP standards. Just like you had the standard document types, you had the standard company code, you had the standard chart of accounts. Similarly, you have the standards as far as the fiscal year variant is also concerned. K4 indicates the Jan to December financial year of your business, and V3 indicates the April to March business scenario. Now, again, you will have to explicitly tell the SAP system that your legal entity, your company code is going to use these conditions. Now, suppose, so these are all I said standards. They are already available to you in SAP. And even in our live SAP projects, we use any one of these. Yeah, Kunal?
Yeah, can you increase the screen size or something like that? Because they are unable to view it.
Is this okay?
I don't know, sir, it is okay or not because they are unable to see that. That's why students, Excel is not there. The current topic which sir is saying is available in the portal. Check your login and same portal is available on your Energy platform.
No, this I am flashing the Excel sheet, Kunal. Now okay. I am showing them the Excel sheet. I have increased the size also.
Sure, sir.
Please ask them if they are able to see the Excel sheet clearly.
Are you able to see the Excel sheet is not visible, but its document is right now visible?
No, it is not the document, Kunal. I am sharing the Excel sheet.
Excel sheet is not visible, sir.
Oh. Then I will have to stop sharing and reshare.
Yeah, correct, sir. Correct, sir.
Now you're able to see the Excel sheet?
Yes, sir.
Now is it clear, students?
Please yes, sir. It is clear, sir. Calendar year. Correct, sir.
The size is okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Perfect, sir.
Perfect. So, sorry once again, students. I was talking to you about the fiscal year variant. So we just saw that in the slide, and I came down to the Excel sheet to explain the concept of what is a fiscal year variant. What is the purpose of your fiscal year variant? It defines the financial year of the business. So basically, how is it being categorized? Calendar year fiscal year variant, non-calendar year fiscal year variant. Just like I said, you have the standard company codes 0001. You have another standard company code 1000, which is already being developed by SAP itself. Similarly, when we spoke about the chart of accounts, you also have something called as the INT, the International Chart of Accounts, which is also a part of the standard SAP deliverable. This is being defined by SAP itself. INT. You will see this in the SAP system, in any of the SAP system. Clear? Now coming back to, and you also saw the standard document types SA, AA, AF, DR, DZ. Yeah. Now, coming to the standards as far as the fiscal year variant in SAP is concerned. You have these two variants being defined in SAP as a part of the standard system. K4 indicates the January to December financial year. V3 tells you that the business is following April to March financial year. How does the system understand? Here again, you have the variant principle. You define, you populate, and you assign. You assign the relevant company codes based on their business financial years to any of this financial year variant, fiscal year variants. Now, what will happen if there is a new business requirement saying that I am going to follow the financial year between July to June. One of my customers says that he follows the July 1st to June 30th. July 1st and June 30th. So is this also readily available? May or may not be. So if at all it is not available, if at all this fiscal year variant arrangement is not available in the SAP system, the consultant, the finance consultant, goes about creating this variant. So he is the responsible person to create the fiscal year variant. Did you understand? So the finance consultant creates this particular, or it could be anything. September to August. This can also be one of the financial years which some businesses could follow. Could be. So this may not be readily available in your standard SAP system. So who is the owner to develop this particular information? It is the finance consultant who creates this particular information and assigns or attaches this information to the company code. Are you getting a brief understanding about, or maybe say a very superficial understanding about the topic, fiscal year variant, why it is used, what is it, and why is it being used. Only these two I want you to understand. And also, is something readily available for me to use? Yes, you have the variants K4 and V3 satisfying your requirements. Clear? Just take a breather for 2 minutes. Try to understand what is happening. All right. Pause and just think if you have understood this particular. So now do you see how much of it you need to understand SAP conceptually even before you venture out into the system? Do you agree with me now? So as far as you people are concerned, since you're all finance professionals, you must and should understand, may not be, see, how this is being created, forget about it. You don't have to worry at the current moment, but at least what is it? What do I mean? What does somebody mean when he talks about the fiscal year variant, about the charts of accounts, about the account groups, about the company code, about the reconciliation account? Clear? So now you see how many concepts you have gone through. It could be only the fourth day. Do you see the topic increasing conceptually? The subject getting wider and wider as far as the concepts are concerned, and we have still not got into the SAP system. We are still in the process of understanding what it is made or made up of. As far as your finance module is concerned, what are the contents that a person must know? Not at the consultant level, definitely not. No, definitely not. At the very superficial level, at the user level, this is exactly what is expected to be understood. Interesting? Yes, lots and lots more coming up. Okay, hold on. See how beautifully the product is built. And look at the tremendous things what it has taken up, what it has considered. Has it left out any of the business concepts? At least the basic business concepts? Not at all. Yeah, do you agree with me? Now, let me just, okay. So this is about your fiscal year variant. Now I'm in the slides, Kunal. Are they able to see? So your months are also referred to as periods in SAP. Now you may, okay, let me further give you more and more information when we really get into the other details of this particular topic. The fiscal year is divided into posting periods. What do I mean by posting periods? Your next topic is this, posting periods. The month in which I'm carrying out the transaction. Posting periods are, how do I describe this line? A fiscal year is divided into posting periods. The month in which I'm entering the transaction. Now I'm in, let me say, my business is in India and I follow the April to March financial year. Now my period has begun on the April 1st, 2025, and my financial year is going to close on March 31st, 2026. Now I'm in which month? I'm in the month of July. Correct? Today I am entering a transaction in SAP. So what is the period here? April is 1, May is 2, June is 3, July is 4. I am entering into the fourth period of my financial year. Why fourth period? Because I'm following the April to March financial year. This is exactly what you mean by this line. A fiscal year is divided into posting periods. Each posting period is again defined by the start and end date of the particular month. So my posting period will remain as 4. All right. Till July 31st, 2025. 1st of August, the period changes to 5. April, May, June, July. August will become period number 5. As far as my financial year is concerned. Are you able to understand whatever I'm telling? Is that okay? Let me. Okay. So somebody has asked me to explain the INT COA. Fine. As months are also referred to periods, how can we divide them into 16? I think as regards the screen, you're okay. You're all able to see that.
Yes, a K4 V3 that is visible.
No. I have shared the.
I think that you have set the sheet, set the entire screen. So whenever you do any changes, it will be reflect immediately.
That's okay, but what are you seeing currently? Are you seeing the Excel or are you seeing
Calendar Excel sheet, calendar year, January, December K4, non-calendar year, April, March
no,
V3.
no, Kunal, no. I am actually showing the every time I need to do this. Okay.
If you do the specific now, it will not change. So set the whole screen.
I have shared the whole screen, Nupunar.
Okay.
Okay, let me just recheck whatever I have done. Dear students, you are able to see the content, the course content, fiscal year and fiscal year variant 1/3. That is where I am. Can somebody please confirm?
So it is showing the definition 12 month, usually 12 month for which a company is required
Absolutely,
to provide.
absolutely. I'm at the right place. Fine. So a fiscal year is divided into posting periods. What is this posting period? Now, let me assume currently that you have the whole year being split into 12 months. And each month is referred to as a period. Generally, the general assumption is each month is one period. That's exactly what this line means. So if you see, if you enter a transaction as of today, what is today? We are in the month of July, correct? And I'm assuming that I'm carrying out the business in India and my financial year is between April to March. Now, in which posting period am I? I am in the posting month or the posting period number 4. Why? April is number 1, May is number 2, June is number 3, July is number 4. So when I advance after July 31st, 2025, my posting month or my posting period will change to 5. You're getting my point? Yeah, shall I pause here for a minute or two so that you'll be in a position to understand?
Perfect, sir. Perfect, sir.
Okay, continuing on this. Each posting period is defined by a start and the end date of that particular posting period. Now, my posting period is from the date 1/7/2025, 1st July 2025, and will remain as 4 till 31st of July 2025. So this is the start and the end date. Did you understand? In this case, there is a very, very important statement. Before you can carry out any transactions, you have to define the posting periods. What do you mean by this? Now suppose I am closing my books of accounts on a monthly basis. Okay, my business needs to close the books of accounts every month. Now every month is still the posting period. The definition has not changed. But let us say today, being the 9th of July, I get a transaction or I get a document which needs to be accounted. And this accounting document is belonging to the month of June. So can I actually enter the transaction as of June today? Ideally, I should not, because I have already closed the books of accounts for June. So how do I control whether I can enter the transaction for a specific month or cannot enter a transaction for a specific month? Is through a posting period. No doubt the fiscal year has not changed. Fiscal year is still between April and March, April to March. In that financial year, I am closing the books of accounts every month. In April, I close for 1 month. May, I close the books of accounts for 1 month. Clear? Did you understand the scenario? And did you understand these lines? Clear? So how do I control? See, the system cannot accept June's posting date as of today because we are already in the month of July. Clear? So how can I control that in my SAP system? It is through a concept called as, I am back to the Excel sheet, Kunal. I am controlling whether I can transact for any specific period through something called as I'm in the Excel sheet, students. I have just in bold, I have written posting period variant. Can somebody please confirm? So what do I achieve by the posting period variant? So through this posting period variant, I control to what accounting period or for the accounting time I'm entering the transaction. Students, I have focused on the Excel sheet. I hope you're all able to see that. Control the months or the period of transactions is what screen I am presenting it. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. Now, so the fiscal year variant controls the year of accounting and the posting period variant controls within the fiscal year variant in which month am I or in which accounting period I'm entering the transactions. Now I'm going back to the course content. I'm going back to the where I have highlighted before you can post documents. That line I have highlighted. All right. So I'm in that particular document in your course content. Can you see a very interesting line? In addition to the normal posting periods, you can define special periods for the year-end closing only. So the next line which continues is, in accounting, you can have a fiscal year with a maximum of 16 posting periods, that is inclusive of the special posting periods. Yeah. Concentrate on the number 16. Clear? And maximum of 16 posting periods. I'm shifting to the Excel sheet. And somebody in the Q&A section has also asked, how 16 periods? How can a year have 16 periods? Logical question, right? And these special posting periods are used only in the accounts closing, year closing. Why has SAP given you this particular feature? What do you mean by special posting periods? So now you have 12 regular months. 12 regular months, beat any fiscal year. If you talk about K4, it is January, February, March, like that up to December, 12 months. If you talk about April to March, April, May, June, July, goes on till March next year. So 12 regular months, normal months. Now, what is the special months, special posting periods? And in the course content, it also said only during the year closure. You're not going to use the special posting periods anywhere else. Correct? Now, why? Now, imagine a scenario where you are closing the books of accounts for the year 2024-2025. So when is the last day of the reporting? This was the last reporting day, accounting day, as far as this particular financial year is concerned. Are you getting my points? Now, do you really think that there will be no transactions pertaining to this year after this date? Do you agree that there will be transactions even after the year ends, even after 31st of March 2025? There could be still some transactions happening for the year 2024, 1st of April 2024 to March 31st, 2025. You're with me, right, on that, right? Perfect. Why do you think there are transactions after 31st of March? Under what circumstances? Now, once my business closes its books of accounts on the last day of the financial year, what do I do with these books of accounts? What do I immediately do? If at all there is a requirement for me to submit my accounts to my head office, I do that. Or if my head office gives me the permission to carry out an audit. Immediately after having the results of the particular financial year, I hand over the statements to the auditor. Here, so the auditor goes through your books of accounts and maybe, let us say he issues some entries as on this date, 15th of April 2025, he issues some entries to be passed to rectify the statements. So to which year does this entries pertain to? It pertains to the year for which you have already closed the transactions. Now in SAP, how do you enter these transactions as advised by the auditor? So in this case, the normal posting periods have ended on 31st of March, so you can no longer use. So in this case, you use the concept of something called as special posting period to accommodate the entries as advised by the requisite authorities. It could be your tax people, it could be your head office, it could be your auditor, it could be your commercial department of the government. So to accommodate all such entries pertaining to the concluded financial year, you make use of the concept called as special posting periods. I hope now you have got the concept of what is a special posting period. Now, as far as the number of special posting periods is concerned, SAP allows a maximum of 4 special periods. Only 4, not more than 4. So how much is 12 plus 4? So totally, including the special periods, you have 16 periods, 12 regular periods of postings and 4 special periods. Now are you in a position to understand the difference between the regular periods and your special periods? Saw the subject being very, very interesting. Lots of things for you to think about, right? See, I saw a question. In SAP, backdated postings are also allowed. Not in all the businesses. Not all. Yes, you're right. I agree with you that the backdated postings are also allowed. But as I said, if I'm closing the books of accounts every month, will SAP accept any transaction pertaining to the June month as of now? What if a company has 15 months as a financial year? Oh my God. I have never seen any business coming up with this requirement. 15 months. What are the other 3 months? Why could it be 15 months? No, 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 no. My first question is, why 15 months as a posting as a financial year? What are those 3 extra years? What are the 3 extra months? You have only 12 months, right? Whether you take between, you take up anything, you take up April to March, or maybe say even from January to December. You have 15 months in a year. You have only 12 months. However you look at it, however you look at it, you cannot have 15 months in a financial year. I hope I have answered your question. Please refer my earlier question. What is your earlier question? Three months is next quarter. Now, even when you're talking about quarters, you have only 4 quarters, right? 4 into 3, 12. How can it exceed 12? How can you have 15 months in a year? Is my first question. I'll come back to audit trail. Just hold on. Companies start in the month of January and the financial year. Okay. Now, another interesting concept. Once Surya has asked, suppose my company was founded on the 1st of January 2024, or rather 2025. And I follow the Indian financial year. I close the books of accounts every 31st of March. Surya, what are you doing on the 31st of March 2025? Don't go by that. See, I'll explain. Now, the question is, you have the company starting on, correct? And you are following this particular financial year, 2025 to 2026, 1st of April, 2025 to. So you are closing the books of accounts. Now, since you have founded the business on the 1st of April or the 1st of January, and if you are following the financial year, Indian financial year, aren't you supposed to submit the results? My question is, what has happened to this date? It is a legal requirement, right? You will have to submit this. You will have to submit the results as of 31st of December or 31st of March 2025. What has happened to this reporting? So is it 15 months? In this case, now your business is reporting the results of only 3 months. Now, this particular concept is called as shortened fiscal year in SAP. This concept, where you have less than 12 months of postings, is referred to as shortened fiscal year. Now, there is another classic exam. Now, you may be having some seasonal businesses. For example, your agriculture, which may not run for the whole year. You may have the business running only for 6 to 7 months or even 8 months. So do you report the results of the whole 12 months? Because you do not have transactions for a couple of months at all. So in this case, where you have the business cut to less than 12 months, this scenario is called as your shortened fiscal year. Are you getting my point? I hope I have answered your question. So it cannot be 12 plus 3. So now again, so your reporting financial year will be again this after you close your books of accounts for the shortened fiscal year. Clear? Did you understand this concept? This concept in SAP is called as shortened fiscal year. I hope I was clear, Kunal. Any questions regarding this? So it can never be 15 months. See, sharing this Excel sheet, this is just a scratch pad like I'm using, students. It is not anything. See, as and when I'm explaining, I'm jotting down the points. That's it. Nothing beyond that. So it is not that I need to share this Excel sheet with you. Yeah, I'm taking up the topics and then I'm actually putting down the things. Yeah. So it is not that I'll have to definitely share this Excel sheet. It is just I'm using like a scratch pad. I'm using this Excel sheet as a scratch pad. That's it. Nothing beyond that. So I hope you got the concept of why it cannot be 15 months. Clear? Now let us come back to the course content. Let us see if he has defined what is special periods. See, special periods. Now let us see, let us proceed. Let us spend some time in reading it. This is exactly what I have explained. Standard fiscal year variant delivered by SAP K4, that is January to December. Your fiscal year variant is different from the calendar, non-calendar year fiscal year variant. Clear? Let us spend some time reading this. It would have been good if you could listen to the audio also, but unfortunately, you're not able to listen to the audio. Please spend some time in reading this, right? So you know how it is 16 now. Yeah. So for that scenario where I opened the business as of 1st of January 2025, right? I used a concept of shortened fiscal year. Okay, I report the business only for those 3 months, Jan, Feb, and March. That is how typically it takes place. So your shortened fiscal year concept is applicable only when your business is operating starting from the mid of a financial year. So in that case, in this case, it was a perfect example where I start the business as of 1st of January 2025. So I report the business as of January 2025, February 2025, and March 2025 for the year April 1st, 2024 to March 31st, 2025. Though I do not have the business for the whole of 2024. Though my financial year starts on the 1st of April 2024, but I have inducted or I have started my business only as of the 1st of January 2025. So I have only 3 months in that particular financial year. As far as how I have defined my fiscal year date or how my business should actually happen. Since I have established my business in India, I'll have to report for a specific year. I hope I was clear. Let us read what is integration or the system defines or determines the posting period from the posting date. What does it mean? Now, if I enter a transaction as of today, what is the posting month for the financial year? It is the fourth posting month. April is number 1. May is 2. June is 3. July is 4. So this is exactly is the meaning. The system determines the posting month, the posting period. Here, did you understand the meaning of this line? So you see the summary. Understand the concept of general ledger accounting. That means the concepts of your company code, your concept of your fiscal year variant, your concept of documents, your concept of document types, number ranges, fiscal year, posting period, account groups, chart of accounts. All these things is expected to have been understood as far as this particular summarization is concerned. Now we are moving on to, I will stop it right now. I will not get into the vendors or the customers. Let us take up one by one. Students, have you understood what has happened till now? All these are the building blocks. Please remember that. One, Kajal has asked me regarding fiscal year and financial year. Both are the same. Both are the same. Your financial year and your fiscal year, they mean the same. Clear? Kajal, the next question I have not understood. Can you please? Students, how was the session going on? So far, so good? Interesting, confusing, complex? Definitely don't say it is boring, because lots and lots have to be understood by you people. So it's definitely not boring, I guess. So I do not want to start anything afresh, any new topic. So interesting, very good, very good. Interesting, very good, very good. Going good, little bit confusing. Yeah, I do agree with your point saying that it's a little confusing because lots and lots of concepts have to be understood. Today's session is very interesting and we have resolved various logical doubts. Perfect. Very nice. So very, very, very encouraging response from you students. Very good. So let us keep up the tempo. Let us go on. But today, since it's almost we still have half an hour more. You're most welcome to ask me any questions, students, because I don't want to start out on a new topic because it could lead to a lot of discussions and it could lead to. I really don't mind, but Kunal, any information you want to pass it on to the students? Little bit confusing. Surya, this is not a PDF. It is your course content for which you will be getting our email. Kunal, I think you still need to tell them how they can get hold of this course content, because somebody is still asking me as to how they can get hold of this. Revise shortly from beginning till now. Okay, let us spend some time. Okay, so two of them have asked. Yeah, I do agree regarding the practical exposure. Please hold on. Okay, please hold on. Wow, very good. So nice. Yes, most of SAP should be learned on the practical domain. So please hold on. Right. So good to note that you people are enjoying the subject and you have started to understand things in the right perspective. Very good. The teaching methodology is also okay. You feel okay with the content. You feel okay how it is being delivered to you. Production sector. I see. Does all production sectors use SAP? May or may not be. See, I wouldn't know if all the manufacturing sectors are using SAP. I still don't know. But all I can say is how SAP does suit the manufacturing sector also, production activities also. Yeah, I wouldn't be in a position, I wouldn't definitely saying that all the production activities are happening only on SAP. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm trying to tell you is how SAP can be made suitable to be applied to the production sector. All right, that is the thing. Okay. Now, so a few of them wanted to have a recap of whatever I have done till now. Perfect. So from class number 1, we started trying to understand what is ERP, why ERP, what does an organization look at while investing in a ERP product. Need not necessarily be SAP, need not necessarily be SAP. I'm not saying that all the businesses are using SAP. No, not at all. Not at all. They could be using some other products also. It all depends on what exactly they are looking at from SAP and as well as from their business. Clear? That is the first thing. The second thing, since SAP is not a cheap affair in terms of the money being spent to bring in SAP into any organization, it does cost. The company needs to invest a lot of money to bring in SAP, to implement SAP. Clear? Now, how does once the company invests on SAP, how quickly does it want to have the ROI, return on investment? That is the greatest thing what the company wants to look at. How is it going to transform its business? What SAP can offer, what the other systems cannot offer. Right? So these are all the decision-making points which the organization would definitely consider even before venturing out to SAP. Now, we are talking about SAP gaining a lot of market share as far as the ERP business is concerned. It could be one of the top leaders as far as the ERP sector is concerned. Why? As I said, when SAP was founded in 1972, so we spoke about the R3 architecture, we spoke about the R1 architecture, R2 architecture, and what SAP HANA is all about. How did the transformation from ECC to SAP HANA took place or is taking place here? So we try to touch base all these points, right? And we started understanding about our module, which is SAP Finance. So even before that, we concluded that SAP cannot be implemented only with a few specific modules. It is a combination. Just because finance is very, very critical or finance is very, very basic, you just cannot say that only SAP FI needs to be implemented in an organization. Clear? So as consultants, we work as a team. We work with various teams. We work with various modules in a typical SAP project scenario. All right. Now, it is not necessary that all the SAP project will include all the modules. Not at all. As suppose I'm not into a manufacturing business at all. I do not produce anything, but I'm into a service-based industry. Don't I use SAP? I can use SAP. I have understood how best I can use SAP and I want SAP in my company. But am I manufacturing something? No, I'm not at all manufacturing anything. I'm in fact into a service-based industry. So do I have a requirement for the production planning module? Do I need to have a production planning side of SAP? No, I do not have. I don't want to have the production side of SAP at all. So like this, the role of a consultant becomes very, very critical because he plays the role of a business consultant or a business analyst. So basically your initial opening in your SAP field will be that of a business analyst, where or as a junior consultant, where you will be assisting senior consultants to carry out a few minor works. They will not give you anything very complex. They will involve you in the discussions, but they will not ask you to lead the solution. No, it doesn't happen. You still have to learn a lot of things as a junior. So as a career path, you have your growth starting or your baby steps in SAP starting as a junior consultant. You learn after 1 or 2 projects, after 2 or 3 years, you pick up some things in SAP and the expectations will grow. Your organization will start expecting that you deliver more and more. You are handed over newer responsibilities, greater responsibilities. OK, and you're also supposed to learn a lot of new things, right? In SAP or otherwise. Clear? And as I said, The learning never stops in SAP. It is always, it's always learning, 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 and delivering. Because each day, each project is a excellent challenge. Each issue throws up a new challenge and which requires a lot of learning and unlearning. You need to learn a lot of new things. You need to unlearn what you have learned previously. You cannot try to apply the same solutions to every project. So you'll have to unlearn the solutions, whatever you have delivered in the earlier projects. Because this project, this client is very new, very different with a separate set of challenges. So when we started discussing about the finance module, or rather even just before that, we looked at what is an org structure, organizational structure. So what is an organizational structure? It is nothing but a backbone on which your data flows. Data flows within the module and between the modules. Yeah. So we saw the components, how the skeleton is made up of. First, we saw what is a client, what is a company code. We saw the requirement for consolidation. We saw the concept of a mother company, the child company codes, yeah, and how they are being recognized in SAP through a unique 4-character code. So next, as far as and we also came to know that the company code is the basic building block for any of the SAP projects. Let it involve any modules or let it not involve any module, but still company code is the heart of any SAP project, because every other module starts creating its structure or starts creating its basic elements around the company code. The starting point for the other modules will definitely be the company code. And in the live project scenario, who creates this company code? It is the finance professional. It is only the finance professional who can create the company code, or who can be authorized to create the company code. So what is a company code? It is a legal body, what you create in your SAP system. Perfect. So after this company code, what do? You need to start your financial transactions, because I said your business is nothing but exchange of money. You give money, you receive money. Money is expended, money is earned. Money comes in, money goes out. Business is necessarily this, right? Anything else apart from this? Exchange of, you may say exchange of goods, but doesn't it involve money also? So ultimately, it is the exchange of money. Perfect. Now, you have the company code. Can you immediately start recording or can you immediately start the transaction? So to start your financial transactions, or as a matter of fact, any transactions, you need to have the general ledger accounts. In SAP, where is the general ledger accounts held? It is held in a master structure called as the chart of accounts. So what are the different types of charts of accounts available in SAP? You have three types, out of which only your operational chart of accounts is mandatory, because the operational chart of accounts is the master structure which contains all the general ledger accounts as required by the business. Perfect. So you have the company code, you have the chart of accounts now. Will you be able to start your transaction in your company code now? No, until and unless SAP knows what set of general ledger accounts my legal entity should use or should the company code use. Until and unless the consultant sets the relationship, I cannot transact in the company code. So I need to assign the relationship. I need to set up the relationship between any two entities. Basically, one of the entities will be your company code. Now, my chart of accounts may contain thousands and thousands of general ledger accounts, depending on the size of the business. Okay. Now, how would I recognize? How would I categorize? How would I classify my general ledger accounts? It is through a concept called as your account groups. All right. Now, so what is an account group? It's a way that I bifurcate or I classify my huge set of general ledger accounts. Now, I have the company code, I have the chart of accounts. Have I told SAP what is my financial year? My company code is going to open the books of accounts. And when does it close the books of accounts? When does it open? When does it close? Have I established a relationship? No, not until I define a fiscal year variant. So basically, your fiscal year variant is assigned to the company code to make SAP understand that this is the financial year which my legal entity is going to follow, or which my company code is going to follow. So today we just had a look at the concept of the fiscal year variant. So basically there are calendar year, which typical English January to December, and another category of variant, non-calendar year. So basically your non-calendar year is any variant which is not a calendar year. So any business which is not following the January to December financial opening and closure must use a ready-made available variant or a new requirement of the financial year should be designed by the consultant. If at all there is any other requirement apart from K4 and V3, what is K4 and V3? They are the standard fiscal year variants following the calendar year and following the non-calendar year fiscal year variant. Yeah. So within the financial year, now I said each month is a posting period. So necessarily, I will just throw upon a few questions which makes you think. Now, okay, let me ask the questions a little later. Now, for the current understanding, your every month in your financial year is considered to be a posting period, correct? And how do I control in which month am I entering the transactions? Now I'm in the month of July. How do I stop the user or anybody not to enter transactions for April, May, and June? I should enter the transaction pertaining to the current month only. Is there a way out in SAP where it stops me from entering the transactions for the previous 3 months or previous 3 periods? Yes, it is through a concept called as the posting period variant that you can control these scenario. So there is a concept of, I'm just flashing on the Excel sheet. I hope you are able to see the Excel sheet. So through the posting period variant, you can open or close a period. You can keep the period of accounting open, or in my case, I can keep April, May, June of 2025 closed. And I can also keep August closed. I can only have the current month or the current period as open only. So how is that achieved? It is through the posting period variant. Now, we were talking about only 12 months. 12 months of posting. Only 12 months, right? Do I have more than, do I have 13 months, 14 months? I do not. Right? So whatever case I look at, July to June, September to August, April to March, Jan to December. Is there any month more than 12? Any number more than 12? Absolutely no. You have only 12 regular months of posting. And what SAP offers is something called as special posting periods. Special posting periods, when are they required? Only during the closure of the financial year. Only during the closure of the financial year, then only the concept of your special periods come into picture, not until then. Okay? And SAP allows you a maximum of 4 special posting periods, only four. So normally you can have 16 periods, 12 plus 12 regular periods plus 4 special posting periods. 12 plus 4 is equal to 60. So you can have a total of 16 periods. I hope this concept was clear. And whenever you have, there was a scenario where I opened the company on the 1st of January this year. But since I have established my business in India, every year I close my books of accounts on the 31st of March. So though I have opened the business on the 1st of January this year, in my first year of business, I follow something called as the shortened fiscal year. But because my first year of reporting is reduced from 12 to 3, it cannot be expanded or it cannot move to, my reporting cannot happen on the 31st of December 2020, 31st of March 2026. I need to definitely close my books of accounts for these 3 months because it is a legal requirement. And this concept is called as the shortened fiscal year. So my first year of business, my business has happened only for 3 months. So I very well submit my results only for those 3 months. Clear? So this is the concept of your short-term fiscal year. There is a concept, and this is also applicable to some seasonal businesses. Like say, I'm into agricultural business. I have implemented SAP, but my agricultural business doesn't run through the whole year. Doesn't happen through the whole year. It happens only for a couple of months, maybe say 7 to 8 months. The other 3 to 4 months, I'm idle. My business will not operate at all because I have nothing to do. So in that scenario, I use the concept of shortened fiscal year. So this concept in SAP is this shortened fiscal year, the concept of shortened fiscal year. So we have fiscal year, posting period, special posting period, shortened fiscal. So now we have a fair understanding of what all these things are. You agree with me? Yeah. Now, after this, what did we do? So we spoke about so many concepts like document types. What is a document type? Basically, how SAP recognizes what kind of a transaction it is. Is it an asset acquisition? Is it an asset depreciation? Is it a simple journal voucher? Is it a customer invoice? So SAP tries to identify the transactions based on the document types. And each transaction, your customer invoice, your customer credit memo, your customer receipts, they all have unique document types, which again is assigned to a unique number range. We will just go through that probably when we meet up tomorrow. So I hope the session was very interesting and very you had quite interesting things to have been learned. You agree with me? So tomorrow morning we will meet at 11 a.m. Kunal, can we close the session? Thank you.
Sure, sir. We can close the session, sir, for today.
Thank you, students.
Tomorrow again, we will meet you at 11. Stay tuned till that.
Thank you. Bye bye.